Okay, hello everybody. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about GCSE 3D design. Unfortunately, Mrs. Hume's poorly at the moment, so I'm going to go through the slide with you and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. I'll probably be able to answer most of them if you've got any questions. But if you've got anything specific that I can't answer, then Monday, Miss will be back, and that would be a good opportunity for you to go and ask her any specific questions I've not been able to answer. Okay, so GCSE 3D design, it's split into 60% coursework, 40% externally set practical exam. So your coursework runs from the beginning of year 10. So every single thing that you do as soon as you start in September counts as your coursework. You'll do 2 major coursework projects. You might have some little mini projects along the way as well, but you do 2 main projects and you'll be going through the design process. So you'll be doing lots of research into different designers and artists. Then you will do some research work into their styles. You'll do some drawings. You'll do some samples in the workshop. So you'll look at different techniques in the workshop and different materials you can use in the workshop that relate to those artists. Then you will create some design ideas. Then you'll do your final design, and then you will make your product. And usually your product will be made from wood or metal or plastics, or it'll be laser cut on the laser cutter. You'll design it on the computer, and then it will be constructed by yourselves in the workshop. So you will come all the skills that you've learned lower down the school will come into play. You'll also have the opportunity at the beginning of year 10 to review those skills, anything that you might have missed due to COVID or any rotations you might have missed lower down the school. Don't worry about that. All of those skills will be retaught at the beginning of year 10 or reviewed at the beginning of year 10. So there's no reason to worry if you have missed a rotation of product design lower down the school. This is a natural progression from that, and all of those skills will be reviewed and re-looked at one point or another during the course. So you'll have those 2 major coursework projects running through year 10 and going up to Christmas of year 11. Then your coursework will be taken off you and marked. And then from January of your year 11, you will be set an externally set practical exam. That's nothing written in there apart from your comments about your work and your evaluation. So it's not like an academic exam. It's purely practical. You'll get a theme and you'll be expected to do research, designs and sampling, and then make a product from that theme. Okay, now all the way through that externally set practical exam, running from January to February, Mrs. Hume will be able to help you, and then at the end of March you will have 2 days where you will work independently in the workshop to create your final piece. You don't have to start it within those 2 days, but you have to finish it within those 2 days. If you start it beforehand, then Miss can help you with the beginning of it. But as soon as those 2 days start, you have to work independently. Miss can help you with the machinery. She can help you if something goes wrong, but your work particularly has to be done by you. Now, when our students get to that point, it seems when you start in year 10, it seems really scary to think that you've got 2 whole days where you've got to work on your own with no help. But usually when we get to that point, when you start those 2 days, you're really keen to get on with it because you're confident about what you're doing. You've had lots of practice with the materials and the techniques that you're using. You've had a bit of creative freedom to design what you want, and you're really keen to get started and make it. So please don't worry about that practical exam. By the time you get there, you will be keen to get it done. Okay. Usually at this point, if we were face to face and it was a normal options evening, we'd be showing you lots of examples of GCSE 3D design work. What I can say is if you want to come next week, when Mrs. back, she'll happily get out folders for you to have a look at to show you the quality of what we will expect, and some final products so that you can have a little look at what the students have made over the years. They've done really well, especially in the last 4 years. They've produced some fantastic products, really high quality. beautifully made products that have got them some really, really good grades. The expectation, because you're doing a practical subject where it's a little bit more difficult to do certain aspects of your work at home, is that you'll commit to coming after school at some point. We put on period 6s almost every day of the week. Myself and Mrs. Humour in school usually until 5 o'clock most nights. So if you do or would prefer to do your homework tasks or your extra work, or there's something you want to finish, you can absolutely come after school and spend another half an hour or another hour in the workshop or in the computer room getting all of that done. We run a really inclusive department, so 3D design students will be working alongside art students, will be working alongside textile students, and that we find is a really lovely creative environment where you can see each other's ideas, and it spurs you on to really take risks and make your work even better. Okay, like I said, that's really everything. I'll just go through where it can lead you. Three-dimensional design can support the study of English, ICT, media, drama, art and design and textiles, as well as the sciences and maths. So there's lots of subjects that 3D design fits with and would make a really nice connection with in your option choices. Career pathways include TV, theatre, film, graphic design, product design, designing and making things like cars, phones, computer, clothes, architectural design, designing buildings, ICT, game design and animation, media, advertising and marketing. All of those subjects will look for a creative flow of ideas, which is exactly what we try and teach in 3D design. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to remind you that if you want to come and see some work, which I would suggest that you do before you make a choice about your options, then you need to come next week to room 19 or 20, and Mrs. Hume or myself will get some work out and happily show you through it and show you some products that have been made over the last few years by our GCSE 3D design students. Are there any questions that you want to ask me? And I'll try my hardest to answer them. No? Okay then, right. Well, if you think of anything else, guys, if you think of something once I've gone off this meeting, just come and find me tomorrow and I'll try and answer it straight away. If I can't answer it, like I say, when Mrs. Hume is back next week, she'll be able to answer any other questions that you've got. Thank you very much for coming to this little meeting about 3D design, and I hope to see some of you obviously in your rotations for the rest of the year, but obviously next year as well. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Good night.